Okay, so now we're going to move on to the questions that were asked of us for our specific industries. We all kind of have a little industry that we cover. And so Robin was asked a great question. What role can we play in stopping sweatshop labor from major fast fashion corporations? And that's from Andy Takar, which is one of our very favorite followers.
We love him.
Loyal followers. So thank you, Andy.
Love Andy.
That's a good question. I love that. I love that it's even being asked.
Yeah, it's wonderful.
Honestly, we vote with our money.
Yep.
The vendors that you support, even if you know what they do or you don't, find out what they do. If you still want to shop there, look into it. If you can't find anything, that's probably suspicious.
Right.
Yeah.
Brands have been getting a lot of flack from society, and they're becoming more mindful and transparent about it. I mean, there's been a lot of unethical labor, toxic materials that they're dealing with, and then people are getting exposed now. And so, I mean, also being involved in fast fashion, there's no way fast fashion is sustainable. If it's places like Zara or H&M or Forever 21, and they're pumping out things every week, how is it made in an ethical way? People are being pushed to push more piece per piece out. And then on the other side of things, a lot of these brands have been caught for slashing fabrics and clothes. So it's like things that they don't want to move into outlets, or they don't want to discount so much. They just they rip it or they cut it, and then no one else can wear it. It's not like they're donating it to another enterprise.
Oh my God. Oh, I didn't even.
That's horrible.
There's even pet companies that are doing that large scale. High-end designers, they were caught burning like $1 billion worth of inventory. I mean, designer stuff is expensive, but those are things that for me I see every day in my newsfeed because I'm interested in that, so my information gets curated to me. But a lot of people who don't show any interest, you don't see it.
Would never know. Yeah. Wow.
And there's a lot of ignorance in shopping that people don't want to know, because then you think, where do I go? If I want clothes and I want to look good, what do I do?
And I want it convenient. So you don't want to know.
Sacrifice nothing, but I want it to be easy.
True.
Yeah, for sure.
And so just where you buy your stuff really matters.
Yeah.
Well said.
We're in Robin's home right now, and also the location of Le Prix. Does it ever feel like the work-life balance gets blurred because your business is in your home? And what steps have you taken, because I'm sure that you're amazing at it, to kind of unblur that line?
So it definitely was blurred over the years. Le Prix runs by appointment only, and I actually had to put that in the Google listing description, because people just kept showing up. And it's not that that's a bad thing, but I also don't want it to be disappointing for the clients, because if you go somewhere to a destination and then it's not open, that's frustrating. And so in the description now, people only come by appointment, because it says by appointment only. They're not going to find me on Google. They might call me, but I'm really trying to honor my times that I've booked off. That's been a massive thing this year. That's hard. It was my goal, because I push myself so hard. I get bedridden. I'm very organized, and everything is everything is in its place. It doesn't leave there. So when I'm done working, I go in there to work. I don't use it for anything other than work.
That's important.
Separating the section smart.
Psychologically, that's actually very important.
And so because it's upstairs, we have a 3-bedroom, and the first room is ours, and then the other 2 are Le Prix that I don't look at it. Nothing down here is Le Prix. And then there are times where it gets blurred, such as if we have a party. There's every woman wants to go upstairs. I mean, it's really fun.
Totally was peaking. I was it's so hard not to.
And so then if one person goes up, then somehow all the women end up, they're like, I've been waiting so hard. But I like that. It's a lot of fun. It's not like I'm doing extra effort out. It's just I'm there. And then I'm playing with fashion. That's so much fun for me. It's what I do in my free time. But maintaining the by appointment and honoring the fact that I booked it off. I get so many people saying, oh, I can come in today. And I'm like, I'm not available today.
And that's so hard. It is. you want to be like hungry for business. Yeah, I know.
I'm like, nope, because if I don't give myself that time, I'm not going to be able to be there for them or anyone else in my life. I learned. It's not.
Well, it's not like day 2, I figured this out. I'm sure.
It's hard.
Day 38, still working.
5 years later.
I'll have a week of 12, 14-hour days, and I'll get home, and I'll be like, I have no appointments today. I'm going to get my jammies. I'm going to like watch Netflix, and then it's like, could you show this house? And I literally change out of my pajamas and put my clothes back on. And it's just, it's so hard when you're an entrepreneur and you know that like, that's a source of money.
Opportunity.
It's hard to turn people away.
Yeah.
I think it's, like you said, no, I'm not available today. You have to come tomorrow. It's almost like the chase.
Yeah.
It makes you look better. It's like a romantic relationship. It's like dating when you tell a guy like, nope, I'm not available today. Even though you're at home watching Netflix, you're like, I'm not available. Call me tomorrow.
I'm washing my arms.
It's the same sort of thing. Your clients are like, oh, she's busy. Like, she must be a great...
Great what?
No, like, she must be great at what she does. So,
you know what? It is a compliment when clients are like, you're busy. I recognize that that's a great thing. Like, you're good for you. You are doing well.
And then it makes them think like,
but
okay,
then
now I need to fit them into my schedule.
And the ones that really want to work with you will wait.
Exactly.
They will be like, please let me know when you're available. I will come running when you are. Like, they are, and the ones you bend for, because they're, like, we're just so used to immediacy, right? We get everything we want right when we want it. Maybe they're not going to be the most, like, you know, pleasant person, or you've bent over backwards for them and they don't genuinely appreciate it or understand, you know what I mean? So a good client will wait because they recognize that you're amazing at what you do.
And that like your services are valuable.
Yeah.
And they're going to want to book that into their schedule.
I would say that the one thing that inspired it, though, was my honeymoon last October in Aruba. And I had an email, and it didn't leave a good feeling in my stomach while I was away. And I was like, why am I ruining this? And so I did a return email automation. I put on social media that I'm gone. My phone was in the safe the entire week. And it was
for you.
Oh, that must feel so nice.
I had never been phone free for a week since I started my company for 5 years. And then that amazing, glorious feeling I held on to. And even Gary was like, you're like the woman I fell in love with. Like when you were 22, I was like, okay, that's something I need to remember. That's like, who doesn't want to hear that?
Yeah.
Very important. Kiki.
Okay.
What? What are some simple decluttering procedures to help me start organizing my closet?
Okay, closet. Does anyone struggle with the closet here?
Yes.
Closet, kitchen cupboards,
I just
bathroom.
saw my like, you need Kiki. And I was like, what?
Closets are hard because they are filled with clothes that we wear every day and that we love and that we have these odd attachments to. Like, they are just possessions, but it's so easy to, you know, this moment in my life I was wearing that sweater, or I had a really great night, like, on my friend's wedding in that dress, like, I can't possibly part with it. So there's so much sentiment, which is what makes it hard. If you need help, call me. If you don't need help and you're fully capable, but you just kind of need a little kick in the butt to get going, there's some really easy, like, things you can just knock off right away. So fit is super important. And I know not everyone is going to feel motivated to, like, try on all of their clothes. But when you're going through your wardrobe, if you notice something isn't fitting well anymore, put it aside and move on from it. If it's formal wear, that's something that I think we all keep in the closet longer than most items because you only access it here and there. But if it's so outdated that you know you're never going to wear it again, like we talked about bridesmaids dresses, if it's just sitting there, donate it or change it, cut it, like restyle it, do something with it. But look closely at your formal wear. I remember I had like Le Chateau dresses from like my high school semi-formals that I took to university, and I was like, why do I have these?
Why did I have these?
This black sparkly dress from grade 9 semi, like I think I can part with it. And the other big culprit is taking out items that don't belong in the closet that seem to sneak in there. So in a lot of closets I've worked in, like I found like weights. There's always photo albums or photo frames, just like bizarre things that shouldn't really be in there, but are taking up space. And then create clutter to the point then when your closet overwhelms you, and so you won't go in there and clean it up. So when you let those things accumulate, it kind of stunts you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My whole life is an accumulated mess.
Fix my life, Kiki.
This one I can relate to, and I've been actually working on, Chris and I have been working on it. What are some tips to avoid constantly having expired products in my kitchen?
For real.
Amen.
Especially the
living
fridge.
alone. For
Yes.
me.
Cooking for
my
one,
God,
cooking
it's
for
so
two.
hard.
Yeah.
I have a cookbook that's literally for 1 or 2 people that I
Yeah.
got at the library.
Portion, it's
Yeah.
so
Need
helpful
it.
just to help you portion.
Yeah.
I will say this too for all entrepreneurs like myself, sometimes your week can look so different than what you thought
Oh,
it would.
God,
So
yeah.
maybe your groceries didn't pan out the way you wanted to, and it's so easy to waste.
Yeah.
I will say, based on my experience with clients when we do kitchens, and it is so hard for me to see the pain in their face when we are throwing away expired things.
Yes.
But they were shoved back, or they forgot they had it, or they bought, multiples because they literally just didn't know where it was stored, which is why organization is so important. But seeing the pain in there, because everyone works hard for their money, and you're literally throwing money in the garbage when you do that.
No,
I
it
find
just feels like a waste of
Oh,
food.
it's
Food waste.
It's
Yeah.
just you feel terrible at the end of the day doing it for so many reasons. A big culprit I find is dry storage items, which a lot of the time has a good shelf life.
Yep.
If it's got a really long shelf life, careful, there might be a ton of preservatives in
I
there.
get expired craft dinner all the time.
Do you?
Yeah, I mean,
And you
it's
still
there,
live to
and
tell
I'm
the
like,
tale.
I haven't thrown up yet.
I would never even think if I was pulling like a craft dinner out of the cupboard,
think to look at
I
an
would
expiry.
never look at the expiry
I
date.
definitely made the mistake once. So like because like
no.
sometimes like Tegan's parents will buy like Costco like
It's a lot.
bins of it,
Yes.
and then like we'll go through a phase where we don't eat it for like 6 months, but then it's like, oh, it's there. And it's like, oh, it expired last year, but that's like,
Yeah.
I'm gonna eat it.
safe. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I just it's a recommendation.
Yeah.
Just kidding. I
Yeah.
don't eat anything else expired, so that's weird because I'm like really weird about expiration
Yeah.
dates.
Except Kate.
Except for
Except with
craft dinner.
KD, the one,
I'm
the one
like,
exception.
it's already crap, so.
I will say the one that I find a lot of people like. I just recently did a kitchen organize with a client, and it was her spices and seasonings.
Yeah.
And I mean, I've certainly bought them before, but like, not to hate on Clubhouse, but that's the first brand that came to mind. Like the seasonings where you
Yeah.
pop it open and whatever. That's a lot of seasoning in there, right? And I
Oh,
don't
yeah.
think people realize how quick some of that stuff can be to expire. So that was a lot of what we were throwing out, and she was really, I could tell she was so frustrated by it. So what I've been encouraging a lot of people to do is get rid of all that packaging and that product that you're not going to use. Get some mason jars or some little, Robin is so smiling hard to
she's
my
like,
left right now. She's
"Zero
like,
waste."
sustainability.
Yes.
Get some containers and then go to like a bulk food store. And KW really has some great stuff coming. I keep forgetting
yeah.
the name of that new grocery store.
KW Zero Waste.
Thank you, Zero
Yeah.
Waste. I'm a big
Yeah.
fan. I've been following them.
Yeah.
And
Zero
even,
waste.
That's incredible.
Yes.
Uptown Waterloo opening.
Oh my
it's going to be
Yeah.
huge. And I
Yeah.
want people not to just catch on the trend of that, but with what they're containing it in. Take your mason jars and go to the store, and Bulk Barn lets you do this as well, and
Yeah.
fill your mason jars. Don't even go for that plastic bag.
Yeah.
Take exactly what you use. Ideally, maybe you use one spice for your chicken that you make twice a week.
Yeah.
Know how much you need, and then just refill it as needed so that you're never going to waste anything. And then we've just already moved past packaging. Like it's a double whammy. Like it's a win-win.
Sometimes I keep the packaging, and if I get rid of it.
Yeah.
And then just use it. But
Reusing it. Yeah, sure.
They allow you to write the weight, so you're not paying for the glass jar.
Yes.
Just telling you that.
Yep.
I went with my mom and my other friends, and they're like, "You can do that?"
Yeah.
And
Bulk Barn's been doing it for a while.
I know.
And it's like people didn't think about it until now. And it's just such an easy thing to do to avoid waste and then avoid money wasting and avoid
so
frustration.
cheap. When I get my spices like oregano, a jar like this is like 39 cents, and you
Yeah.
pay $9 at the
Because
grocery
a
store.
lot of the time where you're paying for at grocery stores is the
Yep.
The
the
shelving,
markup for
Yeah.
packaging too, right?
Also, like the transportation. So that's why I
everything.
like,
You're paying for
yeah.
all of those things when all you want is some damn oregano and all the other stuff you're paying for.
So
Yeah.
how do you know when it expires then? That's my question.
I encourage people to put a little sticker on the
Yeah.
date of purchase, and the
Okay.
majority of spices should be used within 1 year.
Okay.
Wow.
Yeah.
I-
And you can
okay.
even ask the store, like, for the most part, it is fairly new inventory, but just say, can you tell me when you got this order in?
Right.
So maybe you give yourself a grace period of 1 or 2 weeks and
Right.
say, okay, I got to get rid of this in maybe 10 months. But again, if you're only taking so much, you don't have to stress about using it.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
It's totally up to you. So that's an easy one. It's a good place to start.
Yeah.
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 Okay. Jesse, Your first question is, what tips would you give someone starting a service-based business such as yourself?
This is a hard one. I know I've seen both of my questions and they're both hard and I didn't think about them at all. I'm just gonna wing it. Starting a service-based business. I feel like for me, like it just happened. So I don't like there wasn't a lot of planning.
You put some time in. Yeah.
It's like yes and no.
I know the feeling though.
Yeah, it's like I didn't really do any planning, but then I look back and I'm like, I guess I was laying out like, okay, I'm gonna start now, coming back to it. I guess like my thing would be just like don't like feel pressured about it, because if you start to put pressure on yourself, like I have to be like doing this full time by this date, or like I have to be, like don't do that, because and this is the thing for me with goals too. Goals are important, but I don't believe in setting like a specific day necessarily or a specific time, because then if you don't reach it, you feel like crap. Yeah. And it's like, and it's no one else cares, just you. Yeah. So like just kind of relax, take your time with it. It's probably not going to go amazingly for the first little bit. It's going to take a little bit of work to be able to get clients and stuff like that. Especially in our area, we have like Free and Cheap Kitchener and like groups like that where so kind of you can promote through there when you're starting. Yeah. That's where I started to get clients a little bit, is just to say like, I'm new, here's like my tiny bit of portfolio. It also gets you portfolio work. Yeah. So I started, I did a few free ones, and then I did like really cheap like families and stuff like that. So it just, start small, basically. Don't expect it to be poppin' as soon as you get going.
Yeah. Well, and you didn't pigeonhole yourself either. Like, you were in the beginning, like, you were just open-minded about taking on everything and learning as much as you could and bettering yourself as much as you could, which I think is really important, because yes, you can start a service-based business and it's like, this is my thought, this is where it's going to go. Yeah. But it's like, what if everybody's telling you, like, but we really need this and you'd be amazing at it, and if you'd still enjoy it, you know what I mean? Like, you were really open-minded in the beginning.
Well, and I still don't really say no to things. Like, I'm learning now there's things I don't love to shoot. Like, there's things that I'll probably start to cut back. Like, I've already taken some stuff off of my website. If people contact me about it, I'll see and then probably do it. But, like, I'm not going to promote that I do it, because, like, it's not fulfilling me at all. Yeah. And I just don't like it. But the thing is too, when you start, you might think like weddings. I'm going to do weddings. Right. But then like in reality, you don't like to do weddings. Exactly. And then it's like, well, great. Now I've put all my energy and effort into building my career around shooting weddings, and I hate it. So like, it's good to see what else there is, because you never know what you're going to like. You could have liked underwater sports more. Is underwater sports a thing?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. You could be a synchronized swimmer, photographer.
Exactly. Be like, this is it for me. But like, you don't know unless you try. So like, try not to say no.
Say yes to as many things as possible.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But there's a caveat there. If you say yes to everything, then you end up being burnt
know
out.
when to say no.
Yes.
And also then people get confused, because they're like, she does this, but she also does this, this, and this, and this, and this.
And we're talking about just the preliminary, like just really finding your footing, like not like not your 5-year business plan of saying yes to everything.
Exactly.
Finding your footing, okay.
And it depends, I think, what your service is too. For me, it's like, okay, you're a photographer, you obviously do everything that involves taking pictures. So then people think that you do all these things, and it's like, that's not really like what I'm doing. Like, did you look at my website? Stuff like that. And I think that can happen with a lot of industries, like art industries for sure. Yeah. Like, you wouldn't go to like a tattoo artist that does portraits and be like, can you do like this like really crappy script or something like that? Like, I don't know. You got to see what those people do, look at portfolios, and then go into that. Portfolios are big for service-based businesses. Let me tell you.
People want to see what you can do. You got to be able to show them instead of just telling them.
Also, don't be afraid to do free stuff for a bit, because free stuff is how you build your. You're not going to get.
I think you need to get over yourself if you think you're starting a business and you're going to just get all these paying clients right out of the gate. Show them what you're capable of.
Exactly.
And be humble.
And the power of buying someone a coffee.
Yes.
Oh my gosh.
People don't do it enough.
I always offer and try, and then people are like, no, and then they do it, and I'm like, okay.
I think I bought you a coffee at our first session. I did at Smile Tiger.
Yeah.
And then I was like, we're going to be friends.
Yeah.
And it
Here
was
we
you
are.
that introduced us.
And that's how we met. Is she
Yes.
reached out to me on Instagram. She's like, I saw that you're
Yes.
starting a blog.
Yeah.
Yes.
Can we go out for coffee?
And that's what you have to do.
Yeah. Yeah,
And if
absolutely.
what's the worst thing she can say? No, thank you.
No, and then you go,
Okay, well,
Okay, well, let's
Yeah.
start the fresh talk instead.
That's exactly how it happened. Yeah. So one thing people might not know about you, you're more than a photographer. Like, you honestly have such a creative eye of all things beautiful. You can make like a PDF contract just gorgeous. Like, anyone would want to sign it. So you and Tegan as well, your partner, you guys really know how to build a brand. So what is the hardest part about building a brand for yourself, and what are tips that you can give?
So for a brand, I don't just think of how it looks. I think of how you are as a person too. Because when you're like your own employer, your own as an entrepreneur, you're doing everything yourself.
Yeah.
So I think it's really important how you present yourself personality wise. Dress too, obviously. I sometimes dress like a trash bag, but like I just dress comfy and I still like put effort into how I look. I'm not going to show up and be like horrible, but like, you know, you get what I am, and you know, you as a person, you can't completely change just to be
what people think you should be.
Well, people will sniff the
exactly if
authenticity.
you're like trying to like, it's just going to be too, and then you're not going to be comfortable and it's going to be weird. So I think it's just first impressions are key though. So how you talk to people, how you talk to like literally anybody, like that's a big thing. So I think like for me, I get a lot of referrals and stuff just because I've worked with people, and it's like, you know, I'm not going to toot my own horn here, but like my work doesn't suck. But I think who I am as a person is probably why I'm getting majority of clients.
With photography too, like, you know what? I've done a lot of shoots over the course of the last few years.
Yeah.
If I have great photos, that's fantastic. But what if I had a shitty experience as a photographer? What makes you think I want to work with you again?
Yeah, exactly.
That's great that I got great photos, but I don't want that hour session to be
fun.
so unpleasant.
Yeah. So I get a lot of referrals just because I'm nice. Like being nice.
You're honest.
And you make people feel comfortable,
That's the
which
thing.
is huge when you're getting your photo taken.
Of
You're
course.
funny, which makes you very pleasant to work with.
And I'm awkward and weird. So the first like not 20 minutes, that's a long time. First like 5-10 minutes is like kind of weird, and it's going to be weird for everybody. Like, I'm taking your picture and you're a stranger. Like,
when you say it like that, it's
be
funny.
Like, this is great immediately, but like it's, I don't know, I find it easy to break down those walls and just kind of make people more comfortable. And then in terms of like actual physical branding online or whatever, I feel like I sound like I'm gonna cry at any second. My voice is cracking.
One,
you cry, I cry.
No, maximum one right now. I already made Cher cry.
Thank God we weren't filming for that hormonal moment.
That must be what Mark feels like a lot of the time, where he's like, "What did I do?
What did I do? Oh my God."
But I feel like branding, like, less is more. Don't be like aggressive about like, my logo needs to have 37 flowers and my name, but also exactly what I do as the title. Like, it just needs to be like
simple.
Keep it clean. Keep it fresh. But like really, like less is more.
Yeah,
I think.
Well said.
Nice. Yeah. I've had 5 jobs at once and managed it. I was fine. I tell myself it's fine.
Everything's fine. Everything's
I'm
fine.
Ross.
I'm fine.
That was a really good Ross impression.
I just played that.